Good evening to you and welcome to Anfield for this FA Cup third round replay. One of 5 ties to have survived the stormy weather which has afflicted so many parts of the country. Liverpool against Luton Town, and great news for Luton before a ball's been kicked. In the last hour, it's emerged that a takeover bid fronted by the BBC television presenter Nick Owen has been accepted by the administrators. So some of the uncertainty has been removed. Derek Ray here in the commentary box, joined on ESPN by Tommy Smith. And Tommy, I don't think we're anticipating any slip-ups from Liverpool this evening, are we?
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, the storm will probably be against Luton, although they've gotten money. I can't see them getting a result. And a couple of games, no scores in them already. There's a couple of games already been played.
Yes, and 3 matches have bitten the dust. Barnet against Swindon, that's off because of heavy rain in the Barnet area. Likewise, Bristol Rovers against Fulham and Sheffield Wednesday against Derby County. Those games now rescheduled for next midweek. Well, Luton Town really won all the plaudits at the first time of asking at Kenilworth Road. Kevin Blackwell's team, amid all the talk of gloom and doom, would they remain in existence? But they scored first, an own goal from John Arnarise, and Liverpool had Peter Crouch to thank for the fact that they have this replay here at Anfield tonight. We'll bring you team news and then every kick of the ball after the break. Anfield is a sellout tonight, and Rafa Benitez in position because we're going to have a guard of honour here for Jamie Carragher. He's wearing the captain's armband for the night because it's his 500th appearance for the club. What a marvellous servant he's been, the man from Bootle. The players all making their way out ahead of Carragher. It's an emotional occasion for a fabulous human being. There's no getting away from that where Jamie Carragher is concerned. And Liverpool make 4 changes from the team that wobbled at Kenilworth Road. In have come Arbeloa, Jermaine Pennant, Steven Gerrard and Fernando Torres for his very first FA Cup appearance. Out tonight go Steve Finnan, Yossi Benayoun, Lucas Leiva and Dirk Kuyt. And Drew Talbot caught the eye for Luton in the first match. Troubled the Liverpool defence time and again, especially Sami Hyypiä. And Kevin Blackwell makes 3 switches from the side that held Liverpool. Chris Coyne and David Edwards have been sold to Colchester and Wolves respectively. Chris Perry is out with a thigh injury. So in have come the former Liverpool player Don Hutchison, plus Richard Jackson and Steve Robinson.
Talbot, who worked so hard last time around, and Andrew, who showed a fair turn of pace, will be up front trying to do the business. And that's one of the men who's going to try to stop them, Carragher.
He's 12th on the all-time list for Liverpool in terms of club appearances. Rafa Benitez has, of course, been making the headlines again over the past 24 or 48 hours, all because of an interview given by one of Liverpool's co-owners, Tom Hicks, to the local newspaper here, The Echo. It's emerged that Tom Hicks and George Gillette, the American owners, did meet with Jurgen Klinsmann a couple of months ago at a time when Rafa Benitez was under fire. In the words of Hicks, it was an insurance policy in case Benitez elected to move to a big club like Real Madrid. Not sure, Tommy, if you think Tom Hicks is telling the truth.
I think Hicks shouldn't have told anything. I mean, he should have just kept his mouth shut. I mean, Klinsmann avoided it last week, but then to come out and say, OK, they talked to Klinsmann, especially now that Klinsmann has been hired by Bayern Munich. I mean, well, what's in it for anybody? Are they just going to try to get rid of Benitez? Is that what I'm reading into it?
Well, it seems strange to me that Rafa Benitez would suddenly be coveted by Real Madrid, who've been the Spanish top dogs for much of the season, grinding out results. All seems a bit far-fetched to me, but all smiles there as Jamie Carragher...
Maybe the kid knows the truth, he's not smiling.
As Jamie Carragher is given that commemorative trophy in recognition of his 500 appearances for Liverpool. It's a full house here, capacity 45,000 at Anfield. And more than 5,000 of the fans inside the ground are Luton Town supporters. They're occupying the Anfield Road end away to our left.
Oh, it's a big payday for them to get 40% at the gate, Luton Town. This is exactly what they wanted. They wanted a replay under these circumstances, and you know, it's great news for them. It's great news that they're going to have a new owner. It's great news that they got a big payday. Can they get a good result? That would be even better news.
It's the third round replay tonight. We'll have more third round replays tomorrow. Liverpool against Luton. Peter Crouch, who scored for Liverpool at Kenilworth Road. What an important goal that was. Off we go then. And, well, we'll see if Luton Town can do more damage. It's unlikely. You generally don't get more than one chance against the big boys. One chance to knock them out, and it's a very strong, on paper at least, Liverpool team that Rafa Benitez has put out. Chased there by Fernando Torres. I can tell you quite a few eyebrows were raised when the team sheets were handed out and the name of Torres appeared in the Liverpool starting 11. John Arne-Riise. Now it's Babel making the run on the left. And Luton Town on the back foot in these opening few seconds.
Well, I think Rafa Benitez understands that if he's going to win something in England this year, it's probably going to be the FA Cup. So he can't afford to take any chances any longer. He has to put out the best players he has. He has to make sure that he gets a result. I mean, if they go out of the FA Cup today, forget about it. He won't be out of a job. He'll be out of it before the night is over.
Riise with the long throw for Liverpool, trying to find Crouch. Peter Crouch, who gave Liverpool the lead at Kenilworth Road, only for that goal to be cancelled out by a John Arne-Riise own goal. It's nice to have you with us wherever you're watching around the world. And our coverage here on ESPN of the oldest cup competition of the lot. Here's the man of the hour, Carragher. Well, below us at right back for Liverpool. And Crouch was showing for it.
Well, the money in England shows 44-1 Luton if you wanted to have a go at them. 18-1 a draw. Liverpool, well, you'd nearly have to, you'd be buying money for sure.
Still raining here on Merseyside. It's been a showery sort of day. And first chance for Luton to go forward. David Bell. He's got Calvin Andrew in support. Away by Riise. And tidily forward to Babel. Here's Jermaine Pennant. Back recently after a lengthy spell on the sidelines. It's Gerrard. And good defending from Luton Town. Back in by Xabi Alonso. And a bit wayward that time. Well, look who was back there. The former Liverpool man, former Scotland international, Don Hutchison.
Made it look very easy too. He just stood Gerrard up and took the ball away from him. Gerrard felt you feel that he was going to just glide around him, but Hutchison said, no way, not tonight, Stephen, and he just took it away and made it look very, very simple.
They don't have a recognised centre half this evening, Luton, so Hutchison filling in there, having to play at the back beside Richard Jackson. As Chris Coyne, the Australian, was sold just a couple of days ago. He's joined Colchester. They've also sold David Edwards, the Welsh international. A good play by Andrew. Well, Talbot managing to force the Luton Town corner with 3.5 minutes gone.
Well, he forced him to work harder last time, and with a little better finishing, Talbot could have been a huge hero, because he did have a couple of half chances that he should have put away. Maybe tonight might be different.
Hutchison's up there, as is Bell. Curry. Darren Curry for Luton Town, the nephew of Tony Curry. Remember him from the FA Cup back in the 1970s. Headed on by Andrew. It's comfortable enough for John Arne-Riise. Gerrard. And Don Hutchison, now 36 years of age. His last match for Liverpool was the final game here with the standing cop in place. It was a defeat at the hands of Norwich. Hutchison came on as a substitute in that match.
Yeah, what a great career, and even still, the fact that he's still fit to go. And I mean, he's made a couple of plays already in this game that makes you believe that maybe he can still play a bit of football. I'm not sure he'll go for 90 minutes, but he looks pretty good.
Kick to Liverpool. The match referee, by the way, is Peter Walton from Northamptonshire. Pennant. Oh, he's tried to scoop it to Crouch. Right across the face of the goal. And the chance goes begging.
That's one of the few times I've ever really seen Liverpool play at the Crouch's strength. And Pennant is the man. He just basically scoops this one high, knowing that Peter Crouch is going to win it in the air, and he doesn't miss by much. I'm surprised. I always question how Liverpool don't do more of that with a big man like Crouch up front. But it was a perfect delivery by Pennant. A great ball, and Crouch just knocked it wide of the target.
Peter Crouch, who has yet to score in the Premier League this season. He's only the fourth choice striker nowadays. In there tonight beside Fernando Torres. Talbot taking on Carragher. Doughty defending from the Liverpool captain. It's another corner, however.
I would have taken odds earlier that Luton wouldn't win a corner at all, and here to have two of them within 7 minutes.
And both corners down to the fine work on the left of Drew Talbot. Here's Darren Curry with the corner for Luton, and it's punched away by Charles Etonge, Liverpool's French-born goalkeeper.
He looked a little cumbersome that time. I mean, he stands on the ground. It's almost like he was flat-footed on the ball.
It's his fifth appearance for Liverpool this season in all competitions. 3 of them have come in the Carling Cup. Liverpool's last defeat in any competition came in the Carling Cup back on the 19th of December when they went down to Chelsea. 6 games without defeat since then, but worryingly for Liverpool, their last 4 matches have all ended in draws.
Yeah, and even more worrying for them, Derek, is the fact that they've slipped so far off the pace. I'm not sure that this man's having a good day. He doesn't look confident out there at all, the keeper.
Luton trying to go forward again. Xabi Alonso. I said the other day, Xabi Alonso, he quite fancies the role of sweeper in the future. He thinks it's a bit too early for that at the age of 26, but could very well see himself finishing his career in the Lothar Matthäus position, as he refers to it. Steve Robinson for Luton, a 33-year-old former Preston player. It's opening up for Liverpool here. Ryan Babel, and off the base of the post. Tried to get it to curl, but it wouldn't curl enough.
Oh, beautiful shot by Babel, really well set up. Liverpool caught Luton on the break, and Luton very lucky they didn't pay the price.
Ryan Babel has come off the bench for Liverpool in 10 of their last 15 games. However, he scored 5 goals during that period. And that was almost the opening goal of the night. Pennant here for Liverpool. Now Arbeloa, the Spaniard. His fellow countryman Torres. Gerrard's arriving. More staunch rearguard action from Luton Town. But for how long can they keep Liverpool out?
Here's the ball. Gerrard plays it out wide. That's one thing that Liverpool are doing here very well. They're spreading the ball. They're creating opportunities. Beautiful ball. It just doesn't curve enough. Look at that. Comes off the bottom of the post. Great effort.
Xabi Alonso. Now Gerrard. It's Pennant. And Crouch. Well, straight at the goalkeeper, straight at Dean Brill. Been a bit of talk in recent weeks about Peter Crouch possibly being on his way out of Anfield.
Yeah, you'd imagine that there's probably a lot of clubs who would like to have him. This is a good effort by Crouch, and he forces the keeper into a nice save. I mean, the big man has good skill with the boot. I mean, he's very good in the air, but he's got good skill on the ground as well.
There's Pennant. And just steered behind by Richard Jackson for the Liverpool corner. Jackson, the signing last summer from Derby. Hyypiä trots forward into the area, and watched by Andrew. Pennant with the delivery. It was Goodall who got his head to it for Luton.
Well, Liverpool are trying to run them ragged on the wings, using Pennant on one wing and Babel on the opposite wing, and they're spreading them way out.
And news of a goal for West Bromwich Albion against Charlton. And here's Crouch turning for Liverpool. Well, no luck then either. Crouch was sure that came off a Luton player last of all.
I think he was right too. I think it should have been a corner kick. The referee was dwarfed by Crouch when he put up those big arms. Let's see what does happen. Crouch takes it down inside of the box. Yeah, that comes off a boot. I mean, how can the referee not see it? He's standing right there. Watch it. There's no question. I mean, you can even see the way the ball changed direction, the way the ball changed backspin.
Roman Bednar, by the way, was the West Brom goal scorer in the game against Charlton. That kicked off a quarter of an hour or so ahead of our match. I'll tell you that Millwall have scored as well. Ben May with that goal. Millwall 1, Walsall 0 at the New Den. That game involving two sides from League One. And it's Bury 1, Norwich 0. First surprise of the night, really. Ben Futcher scoring for Bury in their match. Bury of League 2 against Norwich from the Championship. As the winners of this tie will face either non-league Havant and Waterlooville or Swansea City of League One. That's confirmation of the Millwall Walsall score. Ben May, as we told you. Away by Sami Hyypiä. As we looked at Kevin Blackwell there, Tommy, I wondered if he might actually have a future with the club after all. Just recently he tendered his resignation effective from the beginning of February, but there might be a rethink with the bid having been accepted, the bid fronted by Nick Owen. Here's Torres, trying to spin around his man. And good defending from Luton. That pattern continues. Only 12 minutes into this replay, however. Pennant.
Amazingly, 12 minutes in, Torres one touch on the ball, I think.
But here's Torres from the angle. Oh dear. High into the Anfield Road stand. It's not the sort of finishing we've come to expect from the Spaniard.
Must have seen somebody up there he recognised, because this one not even close to the target. He's in a beautiful position, cuts inside, and that was just horrible.
17 goals, though, in all competitions, scored by Fernando Torres. You do wonder where Liverpool might be in the Premier League without him this season. He's been the trump card. And Hutcherson back there again for Luton. The pressure on Steve Robinson, but he dealt with it. Goodall quickly forward. Luton unable to hang on to the ball for very long. Xabi Alonso with that rapier-like pass. It comes off Torres last of all.
But I think, getting back to the Blackwell question, I think he has to do a rethink now. You know, there is money around, there is a job still around, there is a club still around. Hey, why not give it a shot for another while?
I was listening to an interview with Nick Owen, the front man for the bid just in the run-up to this match, and he was saying that, well, they would be taking a look at everything as though it were a brand new club in the light of what's happened. So who knows, there might well be a future for Kevin Blackwell and his assistants Sam Ellis and John Carver. I think there's just relief all around that Luton are going to remain in existence.
Yeah, I think that was the big question.
Now Gerrard shuffling for space. Torres.
Oh,
Steven Gerrard thought that the whistle would go.
not very positive play by Liverpool.
And there's confirmation of the Berry scoreline that I was mentioning to you. Ben Futcher scoring. Is there going to be a shot there tonight? Well, it's a corner here to Liverpool. Slight misunderstanding that time. Dean Brill there, the goalkeeper, was very much an injury doubt. He's been struggling with a thigh problem. They had to call in Ross Faulds, the 18-year-old, the youth team goalkeeper, as backup. Now it's Pennant. Knocked down into the path of Babel. And again, it wouldn't go in. But it did take a deflection en route to go.
Could it be one of those nights for Liverpool that it just won't go in? I mean, here is set up again, Babel out in front, and the header has gotten to it there by Jackson as he knocked it away.
Pennant whips it over again. Torres with a header. Once again, Hutchison clearing his lines. Talbot was up there for Luton. And the throw conceded by Xabi Alonso. If you joined us late, 3 FA Cup replays have fallen victim to the weather on this Tuesday night. Games at Bristol Rovers, Sheffield Wednesday and Barnet. And that's good looking play by Luton, but the offside flag has gone up against David Bell. Babel. Xabi Alonso. Gerrard touching it into the path of Crouch, who makes a mess of it. Well, Tommy, 17 minutes gone. What have you made of it so far?
Oh, I'm very surprised. I was sure that Liverpool would have it salted away at this stage, but Luton have played very well. Liverpool, no great goal-scoring opportunities, a couple of half opportunities that maybe they should have put away, though, especially the one from Babel was a great effort. But Luton give them a lot of credit.
And a space here for Luton. And, well, the shot coming in from Curry. Couldn't really get hold of that one. He did have Bell crying out for the ball to be played to him wide on the right.
Well, he should scratch his head, because that was certainly the wrong option, and then when he exercised it, it was just a bad way to do things. Matthew Spring, the holding player for Luton, a 28-year-old midfield man. He's back from a one-match suspension. He missed the weekend defeat at home to Swansea. So it's a real uphill struggle for Luton Town just to remain in League One. They had 10 points taken away from them after they went into administration. Darren Curry. Unbelievable play. He's still got it.
And the header on from Andrew. He's looking for Talbot. Spring. Away by Xabi Alonso. And Peter Crouch giving the far side assistant referee Sean Proctor-Green a mouthful. This is Keith Keane, the Republic of Ireland under-21 international. Plenty of spirit from Luton Town again here. It's exactly what we saw from them in the first game at Kenilworth Road 9 days ago.
Not giving Liverpool an opportunity to settle on the ball at all. The pressure's on all the time. And this is not a good performance by Liverpool. 20 minutes into this one and they're still looking for a real good shot, a real good opportunity. The build-ups have left a lot to be required. You'd imagine they'd be fit to run them off the field. They're home in this one.
Reece, it might fall to Crouch. Gerrard. Pennant. Gerrard to his right. Crouch and Torres inside the area. It's Crouch. Torres couldn't quite line it up for himself. I just feel the opening goal would take an awful lot of the pressure off Liverpool. Oh, no goal here, but a corner conceded by Hutchison.
Oh, he's been under extraordinary pressure on that right-hand side. He goes into the middle then to bail this one out. Look, he's watching Crouch. He's going to stay step for step with Crouch, and he realises he feels the pressure behind him, and he just knocks it away. And he became a central defender there.
Pennant. It's Don Hutchison playing at the back tonight, beside Richard Jackson. Now Carragher, sweeping ball. And that's a corner. It was an excellent ball and plenty for Hutchison to think about once more.
Yeah, and a wet ball, very dangerous like that, dropping in on top of you. He almost slapped it into his own net. Watch him make the effort here, and just lucky to get it up over the top. He's got a handful of Crouch.
Gerrard's corner. And it comes to Xabi Alonso. It bobbles around off the head of Babel. Easy enough take for Brill.
Yeah, and it didn't look like it might be because it was like a pinball machine there. It bounced around 2 or 3 heads.
Kevin Blackwell signed a 4-year deal to become Luton manager in March of last year. And then took a few of us by surprise just recently by announcing that he would be resigning, not immediately, but in the early part of February. Of course, at that time there was considerable uncertainty about the future of Luton Town Football Club.
I thought the timing of the announcement was strange.
Here's Pennant. And couldn't find Crouch at the far post. And we're almost now at the midway point of the first half. The score sheet at Anfield remains blank.
I also thought that when he said that he was going to retire, the date that he picked to retire or resign, whatever you want to call it, I thought it was strange. I mean, either you wait till the end of the season, do it now, or don't say anything about it.
Of course, so many of the players haven't been receiving their wages recently, and Kevin Blackwell is in that category too. Gave a sizable chunk of his salary recently to some of Luton Town's YTS players. That's the youth training scheme, the government-run youth training scheme here in England. Now then, Bell trying to nip in behind Reece. Babel. Gerrard. And Torres has made the run on the right. Jackson trying to stay with him. Fernando Torres. And Peter Crouch again in the centre. And guess who? Don Hutchison covering up for Luton Town.
Oh, big boot to safety, get it anywhere. Again, it's that wide game, trying to pull Luton out of position. Liverpool are favouring the wings.
Gerrard. Hippias there. Well, so far so good for Luton.
And so far so bad for Liverpool. I mean, we're talking about managers. I mean, we're hearing that Benitez may even take legal action against the Liverpool owners, which is crazy. We have two managers here, and they may not be around for very long, either of them.
It's interesting. The fans have been getting right behind Rafa Benitez. They don't like, Liverpool supporters, they don't like it when their own people are attacked, especially from within. And I rather think it was a PR error by Tom Hicks the other day to come out and say what he did.
Well, it depends on what he's trying to achieve, isn't it? I mean, if he wants Benitez to get out of there, you know, it's a surefire way to do it. And if he wants to show Benitez how much on the threat he is, it's also a surefire way to do it.
If he wants to curry favour with the locals here, then that's not the way to do it.
Yeah, but maybe he's going to sell the club in 2 or 3 weeks and walk away with £75 million.
That's entirely possible as well. Talbot is the man on the ground. The challenge coming in there from Ryan Babel.
Well, there's a good check for the two players. Watch the elbows coming in here.
To Talbot, lively young striker. And Babel, product of the Ajax Youth Academy. Kevin Blackwell just imparting a few words of wisdom in the direction of his players here. A little pause for thought. And they're enjoying themselves in the Anfield rain. More than 5,000 Luton Town supporters. Just to come back to the Nico and takeover, it does have the backing of the three principal supporters groups. A few prominent local businessmen involved as well. Oh, they can be very proud of what Luton achieved in the first match at Kenilworth Road. Let's make no mistake about it, they had Liverpool worried.
Oh, they had Liverpool worried, and I think they were just, okay, it mightn't be all that well deserved, but they were a mite unlucky not to win it. The touch of the ball here or there could have put them in a different situation.
So Talbot back up on his feet. 27 minutes gone. Liverpool 0, Luton Town 0. This FA Cup third round replay on ESPN. Now Bell trying to control it. It's good work by Xabi Alonso. Here's Pennant. And he has Torres to his right. Strongly into the challenge that time went Richard Jackson. Talbot's hobbling on. Pennant. And Jackson was over there again. Luton have recorded just one victory in their last 9 meetings with Liverpool. And that came way back on the 23rd of February 1991. Just by a 3-1 margin. Now Gerrard goes forward and Babel couldn't quite reach it. It's good defending by Keith Keane. It's gone over the touchline. Matthew Spring was closest to the ball.
What about the push of the official by Spring? I mean, he just pushed him out of the way.
John Onarissa's header for Liverpool. And let's see if Curry can get involved. Rather impetuous that time, Darren Curry.
Well, if you're to believe reporters, the conversations, Capello loves the way English referees handle games. I mean, he says they don't blow nearly as much as other European referees do.
Well, he's right.
Yeah, they don't. I'm not sure that makes them better at handling the game, but they do allow you to play a little more football.
Babel. Risa for Liverpool. And Hyypiä across the defence to Jamie Carragher. Mr. 500 tonight. His 500th appearance for the club. And that was a very nice touch on the part of Rafa Benitez to form part of that guard of honour himself.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, he's shown that he understands the value of Carragher to this club, and he's also putting himself firmly in the box with the players, isn't he, when he does something like that?
And with the supporters.
Yeah. Well, Carragher was lucky that he didn't get into trouble over something he did with the supporters.
John Carver there, one of the assistants. Yes, you're referring to the incident after the first match at Kenilworth Road. And he was getting a bit of abuse during the warm-down from some of the Luton fans who were still inside the ground.
Somebody threw a glass of beer on him, if we're to believe him, and he kind of went after them. He went over the fence.
Long throw by Risa for Liverpool. Just a lack of movement from Liverpool in the last few minutes. Once again, Luton Town are giving a very good account of themselves in the FA Cup. Gerrard finding that pocket of space. Torres as the defenders funnel back now for Luton. Gerrard. Really one or two murmurs, as the feeling was that it might have touched a Luton hand. Now Torres. Goal kick.
I think it actually touched a Liverpool hand. I would have, if I was the referee there, I would have given a free kick to Luton.
Fernando Torres getting his first taste of what the FA Cup is all about. A £25 million signing from Atletico Madrid. Still the rain comes down here on Merseyside. The three postponements tonight were because of waterlogged pitches. Not as a result of frozen pitches anyway. Now Liverpool trying to get men involved again. It's Crouch. When he looks awkward, he looks really awkward, doesn't he?
Well, that's because of his size. I mean, the man is a very, very big player. He goes for balls like this. A night like tonight, a lot of people are going to look awkward. The underfoot conditions here are really, really bad. And Liverpool showing no cutting edge inside of the box at all.
Xabi Alonso for Liverpool, trying to change things.
Torres is not in the game.
A challenge from Goodall, a former Rochdale defender. Now Jermaine Pennant. Header down by Babel. Crouch laying it off to Gerrard. Well, the outcome was a corner. A barrage of shots, but no reward for their effort so far. Steven Gerrard with that low corner. Xabi Alonso. Now Pennant. Below, no problems for Dean Brill. As you mentioned, Tommy, Luton Town will get a huge payday as a result of this replay. It's reckoned that they'll make something in the region of £500,000. As of course the gate money is split down the middle in the FA Cup. 45% each to the home club and to the away club. Now Gerrard. It's a most un-Steven Gerrard-like pass.
I believe in playing the game wide, but that was a little ridiculous.
And Pennant trying to push it into the path of Arbeloa. It goes out of play. And Rafa Benitez can't be happy with this state of affairs. 0-0 with 10 minutes to go to half-time.
With that £500,000, Derek, I hope the first thing to do is at least pay some of the wages. I understand Luton Town, their players haven't been paid for November at all. And I hope that the first thing to put that money to is the players.
Been paid just 2 weeks out of the last 10. Babel. Shot had a bit of power behind it. Gerrard. And back it goes. Hupia. Babel. And Ryan Babel's the player who's been penalised by referee Peter Walton as he tussled with Keith Keane.
Handball. You see Babel here, watch when the ball comes up. Right there.
Peter Walton, who hails from Long Buckley in Northamptonshire, former player in the United Counties League. Gerrard. Well, job done again by Luton Town.
Took him far too long to shoot. He should have shot 2 yards before that.
This is Calvin Andrew. Now David Bell. What about going around the outside of Risa? Keane. A little spell of possession and passing from Luton, and offside it was against Calvin Andrew. Bit of encouragement there for the League One side.
Yeah, and good call. I mean, he is offside just fractionally. Reece almost played him on.
I'll tell you that in the all Premier League tie being played tonight, Spurs have gone ahead against Reading. And Liverpool go ahead here. Ryan Babel misses the chance to make it 1-0.
Well, nicely set up by Reece. Cross into the middle. Crouch lays it back nicely. And Babel, well, just turned it up over the top. Lovely little setup by Crouch. Babel should have done better.
The scorer for Tottenham, by the way, was Robbie Keane. Reading 0, Spurs 1. That's the only game, the only one of the 5 matches that's gone ahead without a goal so far. And that's a surprise.
Certainly is. But then again, look at who's announcing it. We seem to find games that don't have a whole lot of goals.
Now Talbot. He'll play over a good ball here, he can. It made Carragher stretch. And it's another corner to Luton Town. Actually a throw near the corner flag, I beg your pardon. Oh, marvellous work from Talbot. Spring with that floated ball, trying to pick out the head of Calvin Andrew.
Didn't miss by a whole lot. Andrew just came up underneath it.
Calvin Andrew, tall, pacey and powerful, scored the winner against Nottingham Forest in the second round. This confirmation of the Reading Spurs match. A goal from Robbie Keane. This is Ryan Babel. 6 minutes left in the first half. Desperately poor ball. Well, it's not as though you'd think Luton Town under Kevin Blackwell would just roll over, but there is a gulf in quality. At least there should be.
Yeah, there should be a gulf in quality, and I mean, we're not really seeing that gulf in quality here.
Can Luton get to half-time with the score sheet still blank? It's got to be a realistic target now for the Hatters. Long throw by Riese. And there was the header on from the towering Crouch. Long throw from Riese. And it comes to Xabi Alonso. And safely back by Alan Goodall to goalkeeper Dean Brill. And once again, Luton, as they did at Kenilworth Road, are impressing.
Yeah, they're certainly making it very difficult.
Andrew. Opposed by Xabi Alonso. They've ended up using Jackson out there on the left, Luton, with Goodall in the middle beside Hutchison. It's a makeshift back four for the visitors. Pennant now for Liverpool. Did well that time. Gerrard. Here's Babel. More excellent defending by Keane. He's having a good match at right back.
Yeah, he's playing very, very well. Not afraid to get stuck into the tackle, and knowing that he has good cover behind him with Hutchison.
Gerrard. Arbeloa. And Jermaine Pennant trying to break the shackles of this Luton defence. Riese. Hupia. Carragher. Gerrard. Oh, it's been flicked towards Brill, but no harm there. And it's a tale of frustration for the Premier League glamour boys. Well, that's one of the great things about the FA Cup. You never really know, do you? You can suspect that one team is going to run rings around another. Pennant. Crouch.
Yeah, but I think that our suspicions of Liverpool running rings around anybody anymore has to start being... we have to start examining them a little bit closer. Are they capable of running rings around anybody?
Babel. Torres now. Still Fernando Torres. He's essentially on his own. And Luton very quick to get players around him.
But I mean, nevertheless, a weak effort, doesn't get the shot off, it's blocked down easily. I mean, these are guys who are making more money than Luton Town are worth, the whole team.
Gerrard trying to take this FA Cup third round replay by the scruff of the neck. Liverpool needs somebody to do that. Carragher. And Talbot again doing his job. Kevin Blackwell said after the first game he got texts and emails from all around the world. People who had watched that game and really couldn't believe how well Luton played against a team of Liverpool's calibre. And they're doing it again here, but Gerrard with that stylish flick. Now Babel. And the corner kick conceded by Matthew Spring.
Well, if you sent him a text the last time, you better be ready at half-time to send him another one and say, hey, you're doing a fantastic job of to get in here 0-0 at half-time.
They don't want to concede, so close to the break, Luton. Pennant. And it was a well-played ball. The shot comes in from Gerrard. Well, Hutchison has been everywhere at the back for Luton Town in this first half. A valiant display from 36-year-old Don Hutchison.
Oh, yeah, he's done a fantastic job. Look at this. Just throwing himself in the way. Gets himself in harm's way. Get it out of there.
Dean Brill, product of the Luton Town Youth Academy. First joined the club at the age of 9. It was 13 years ago.
Well, if this is what Liverpool are going to show against Inter Milan, their stay in Europe will be very, very short.
Just the 1 minute to be added on to the 45. It's increasingly, Tommy, it looks as though the future of Rafa Benitez might be tied to the 2 games against Inter in the Champions League. Torres, he's got Babel there to his right. Can he make this one count? He can! The breakthrough for Liverpool on the stroke of half-time from Ryan Babel. And relief for the Premier League giants.
This time there was nothing Hutchison could do. Babel, who had been operating on the left wing for most of the first half, arrives over on that right-hand side. Look at him make the run. They've just switched Pennant over onto the left. They put Babel on the right, and it pays huge dividends as he bulges the old onion bag. Torres with a nice little ball, diagonal ball inside, and they just can't get a boot onto it as Babel, who had switched places with Pennant, found the back of the net.
Ryan Babel scores his first goal in the FA Cup. It's cruel from the Luton point of view, the timing of that goal. So close to the interval. Ryan Babel for Liverpool. After so much spirited defending from Don Hutchison and his Luton Town teammates. But Liverpool are in front. The half-time score in this FA Cup third-round replay at Anfield reads Liverpool 1, Luton Town 0. Liverpool 1, Luton Town 0. Derek Ray and Tommy Smith with you on ESPN. And Ryan Babel finally giving Liverpool the advantage shortly before the break. Tommy, take us through all the key moments from the first half.
6 minutes in, Peter Crouch just knocks this one wide. Been a nice setup by Pennant coming in on the right-hand side where he was paying then. And then 9 minutes in, Babel was on the left-hand side. And his shot just curves in off the post. 13 minutes in, Fernando Torres had gotten himself involved as we check out Babel's attempt at bending it in again and see where it goes. This is the shot I was talking about. Torres way up over the top, not even close. 16 minutes in, Babel, this time he's in the middle. Shot ricochets around a little bit, but it goes wide. 38 minutes in, Babel. When Risa flicks it across into the middle, watch it come back, nicely set up, put over the top. Babel with a great opportunity. Then they made a switch. Pennant goes on the left, Babel goes on the right. Look at Babel streak down that right-hand side, wide open, takes the shot, and he just buries it. The break that Liverpool needed. Good running, simple little ball, you just put it away.
Seventh goal that Ryan Babel has scored for Liverpool in all competitions this season. 17 efforts on goal from the home side, just one officially recorded by Luton Town. But not all that much difference as far as possession's concerned. And it's been a free-flowing game, no yellow cards handed out by referee Peter Walton from Northamptonshire. So, Liverpool 1, Luton Town 0, the half-time score here at Anfield. Number of the winners will face either Havant and Waterlooville or Swansea City in the fourth round. Liverpool 1, Luton Town 0 on this FA Cup Tuesday. And of course, Liverpool much talked about in the newspapers over the past couple of days. When it comes down to the fact that Jamie Carragher was saying this in an interview recently, it's not the Liverpool way to wash your dirty laundry in public. But that's what's been happening. There's no getting away from that.
Well, it shouldn't be anybody's way to wash your dirty linens in public. I mean, why should you let the public know what you're doing unless you have some expressed intent as to what you want the outcome to be? I mean, we have no idea what these guys are thinking. Obviously, I would say that Benitez is on a very sticky wicket. That's just my feeling. I have a feeling that they are going to try to force him out without actually pushing him out.
Yes, you certainly would naturally come to that conclusion based on the happenings of the past couple of days, but that sort of thing only makes the Liverpool supporters more determined to rally around the manager, in this case Rafa Benitez. They do criticise him from time to time. They don't always like the rotation policy, but he is the Liverpool manager and he has taken them to 2 Champions League finals in the last 3 years, and it's not always easy to find a good manager these days.
Well, I can tell you from experience, it doesn't matter what the fans feel or what they do or what way they react. If they're going to fire him, they're going to fire him. They're the guys with the money. The fans may voice their opinion all they want to. Hey, at the end of the day, the men who sign the paychecks are the men who make the decisions concerning the club, not the fans, unfortunately.
The players drifting back out onto the pitch ahead of the second half here at Anfield. It has been raining for much of the day in the Merseyside area, and the showers expected to continue on and off through the night. Charles Itonja there, and the Liverpool goal has had very little to do. Normally the reserve keeper, to playing once again here against Luton, as he did 9 days ago. Just to remind you that Sports Centre is on the air most days here on ESPN, all the sporting news from around the world. For more information, go to ESPN.com or ESPNsoccernet.com. You can get a taste of Sports Centre on that website, and you can also get a taste of the programme that Tommy and I are heavily involved with. That's ESPN Soccernet Press Pass.
Yeah, and you don't have to take anything. You won't get indigestion just from the little taste you get. You might even enjoy it. Luton decided they're not coming out. Oh, there they are.
Luton Town from League One. And if you have just joined us here on ESPN, just repeat what we told you earlier on. The takeover bid fronted by the BBC television personality Nick Owen has been approved by the administrators. So that's very good news, because there was an awful lot of uncertainty swirling around Luton Town Football Club. Of course, they date all the way back to 1885, winners of the League Cup as recently as 1988. And they were a top-flight team for 10 years, between 1982 and 1992, but they followed on hard times. The problems for Luton Town really started when it emerged that they'd been making irregular payments to agents. And look at this, Xavi Alonso trying to beat goalkeeper Dean Brill. You don't often see that now, do you?
Well, that's a little bit of showboating.
And of course, Xavi Alonso scored from inside his own half against Luton a couple of years ago. And the 5-3 victory recorded by Liverpool at Kenilworth Road. Scored 2 goals in that match, Xavi Alonso. Arbeloa with the Liverpool throw. And Gerrard showing tenacity in midfield. Here's Curry, tapping it back to Jackson. And it's over the head of Calvin Andrew. Calvin Andrew, who joined Luton as a 16-year-old. That was 5 years ago now. And you just wondered if there'll be the same sort of pressure on Luton to sell players now. Pennant. Had that bid not been accepted, I think there was a fair chance that Calvin Andrew would have been one of the players sold on. Drew Talbot likewise.
Yeah, you would have to feel that those players are safe now, because, I mean, the big thing now is to get good results, and the big thing now is to solidify your position in your league and start from there. Okay, the owners are saying it will be treated as a new team, but I think they still have to keep some of the framework in shape.
Gerrard. Pennant. Oh, he's done well to slide that one back, and Torres. Well, Brill was there for Luton Town, but it was a chance for Liverpool and for Fernando Torres.
Well, once again, it's the wide men that's providing something here. Pennant swings it across nicely. Torres, just a little bit of a touch on it.
A second goal for Berry against Norwich. Now, could that prove to be the death knell for Norwich of the Championship? A second goal from Andy Bishop of Berry. The romance of the FA Cup lives on. Headed away by Arbeloa. Here's Spring. He's poking it through. Robinson was there. A bit slow to return to his feet. Now Babel. Superb play by Ryan Babel, but then he messes it all up. Unable to pick out a teammate.
And he had 3 Liverpool players that he could have played the ball to, and he can't find any of them.
It's only his second appearance in the FA Cup. And he's got on the score sheet in the FA Cup for the first time. Liverpool 1, Luton Town 0. David Bell for Luton. Robinson. That's Curry. He's found Jackson. And offside, clearly offside against Calvin Andrew.
Well, Andrew has struggled to get into this game. Has had a real lack of supply of the ball for one thing, and even when he does get the ball, he hasn't been able to do anything with it.
And for Benitez with Alec Miller beside him. He's had more than 2 years left on his contract with Liverpool. So if the American owners do want to get rid of him, it's not going to be inexpensive.
How about £6 million?
And of course, the American owners have to be conscious of the financial situation. They're trying to get a new stadium built at a time when we're hearing all sorts of stories about the subprime market in America, the dollar being very weak. John Arisa, the challenge on David Bell here.
Did you ever think that in the same mouthful you would say the subprime market in America is having an effect on a game of football that's being played by Liverpool?
Well, it's fact now, isn't it?
Yep.
That's what it very often comes down to.
It's incredible.
Risa can always give it some leather from distance, John Arisa, but that wasn't one of his best. Wasn't one of his most memorable.
Well, when he hits them right, he certainly has given a lot of thrills to a lot of people. At that time, well, keeper has opted for not taking the goal kick himself.
Christine Brill hampered by the thigh injury. There were fears that he was going to be out for this match and they wouldn't have a deputy. But they managed to get Ross Faulds back into the squad. He's recently been on loan at Rugby Town. Pennant. And Crouch heads it back. It's Gerrard. 2-0. Steven Gerrard. Right place, right time. Liverpool are on their way to the fourth round.
Well, I keep trying to convince people of the role that Crouch plays for a Liverpool team. Gerrard got the goal, but believe me, Peter Crouch is the man who made it. He drifts in at that back post and he keeps the ball alive. Most players wouldn't be unable to get to this one. He uses his height perfectly, nods it down into the middle, and Steve Gerrard coming just knocks it home. Once again, a lovely ball by Pennant, lovely little knockdown by Peter Crouch, and a nice finish by Steven Gerrard. Liverpool need more of this for the rest of the season.
Steven Gerrard scores his 6th goal in the FA Cup. Ryan Babel opening the scoring earlier on, and look at this. Oh, it's cleared off the line by Keith Keane. Oh, a mishap at the back from Luton Town, and well, Keane might smile. Crouch appears to be in a spot of trouble. Keane just indicating that he couldn't hear properly.
Well, he nods the ball by his own keeper, and then he has to go back and retrieve it, and Peter Crouch, oh, that hurt. That hurt a lot. He slid right into the upright. Watch this. Watch Crouch coming through your picture. Yeah!
It's no wonder he's shaken up. Peter Crouch. And it looks as though a substitution might have to be made here. And Steven Gerrard, the scorer of the 2nd Liverpool goal. Gerrard now in his 10th season here at Anfield. And Crouch back up on his feet. I think he is going to be able to carry on. Twice in the past 3 years, Liverpool have come a cropper at this stage of the competition. They've gone out in the 3rd round. Of course, Tommy, you and I commentated on the game against Burnley back in 2005. They lost then. And last season they were beaten by Arsenal at this stage of the competition.
I don't think they're going to go out this time. I think they've put themselves in a fairly good situation now.
If they do make it through, they'll face either Havant and Waterlooville, the non-league side, a team from Conference South, or Swansea City, the high flyers in League One. Riese is confronted by Keane, and it's a Liverpool free kick, much to the chagrin of Keith Keane.
Keane has played very well. He's certainly a man who's going to come into the reckoning for a spot on the Irish team, whichever manager takes it over. Stands his ground well, and he's not afraid to get stuck in a little bit in either. Well, then with a name like Keane, I suppose that's appropriate, although no relation.
No relation, and unlike the more famous Mr. Keane, born here in England, brought up here in England, qualifies for the Republic of Ireland. Now Gerrard with the free kick. Pennant. This is Carragher. Hippier trying to angle it away from the defenders. Torres is in there. And it's going to be a Liverpool corner.
But once again, play it out wide, swing it back towards that back post. Torres Could have been a little bit of high boot action in there as well.
Gerrard with it. Hyypiä! Sami Hyypiä has only ever scored once in the FA Cup. That was against Birmingham a couple of years ago. Back in by Gerrard. And once more Sami Hyypiä. He's desperate to score, isn't he?
That would have been one of the sensational type. He just basically, the first time he flicked it with his heel almost, and the second time he just flicked it into the side netting.
Gerrard. Hyypiä. This time it does cross the line, and Sami Hyypiä has his second goal in the FA Cup. He had been threatening, now he's delivered, and Liverpool have their third of the evening.
Oh, it was third time lucky for Hyypiä, wasn't it? First time a sensational flick, second flick was into the side netting. Then give him one more opportunity, another corner kick. He just moves first to it. Oh, it takes a little bit of a deflection. He's a little bit lucky. It does come off a Luton player's head. Here's what happens. See it right there.
Still, Hyypiä will want to claim it. And Liverpool are not going to be denied now. They're on their way to a fourth-round meeting with either Havant and Waterlooville or Swansea City. Might have come off this man, Matthew Spring. It would be very harsh to call that an own goal.
Yeah, it'd be very harsh to take it away from Hyypiä.
And the pressure alleviated as far as Rafa Benitez is concerned. And for tonight only. I always get the feeling he's walking on eggshells. Now Pennant. And here's Torres. And a lovely play from Fernando Torres. Xabi Alonso. Now Gerrard. Steven Gerrard driving it in. Comes off Peter Crouch.
Well, Crouch just couldn't get out of the way. He wanted to get out of the way in the worst way possible.
Andrew. Here's Bell. David Bell, the former Republic of Ireland international. Now, Kevin Blackwell, I'm sure, didn't expect a surprise to be sprung here at Anfield tonight. Luton once again have come here with the right attitude, and they did impress in the first half. But in danger of conceding a boatload in the second 45 minutes, Hutchison concedes another Liverpool corner.
Well, they've been under the gun and under the gun. You knew they were eventually going to crack.
Lisa is going to leave this one for Jermaine Pennant. Over the head of Crouch, headed away by Goodall for Luton. Talbot. And they're being roared forward by the 5,000 Luton supporters inside Anfield tonight. Bell. And the play has been stopped here.
They find it quite amusing.
Kevin Blackwell doesn't. I think you have to be able to act like that as a manager these days, don't you? Got to get all the hand and arm gestures right.
You've got to give the impression you're managing anyhow. See?
Luton trying to build up again. Bell. Oh, it's been given to Torres as he tries to steady himself. Just been that little bit off tonight, Fernando Torres. He puts in so very few poor performances. Andrew now. There's Risa for company. Calvin Andrew. And could be a standing firm at the back. Carragher.
Well, Andrew had a tough time controlling it. Never quite got proper control.
And Gerrard using Babel. Crouch and Torres have got into the area. Wasn't the best of balls from Babel. He was a little bit off balance, to be fair to him. So the possession statistics creeping up in Liverpool's favour. There's Robinson, Talbot. Now the shot from Spring. Had to reach for it. See, 24 shots, 24 attempts at goal to 2.
It's kind of been outplayed, isn't it?
It's been such a funny season for Luton Town in League One. Were it not for the 10-point penalty, they might well be pushing for promotion. As it is, it's a battle just to preserve the League One status.
Yeah, I think that's the big battle that the new owners are facing. I think that's obviously, it's pretty obvious that that's what they have to do. They have to make sure that they stay in League One.
Should point out, by the way, that Nick Owen, who's the most high-profile member of the bid committee, successful bid committee, is going to be a non-executive chairman, so he won't be the man doing the hiring and firing. Now Gerrard.
Any chance that you might buy a team?
Risa. It's Torres trying to swivel around. Gerrard, number 4 for Liverpool, and Steven Gerrard has his second of the night. They're ramming home the goals now, and Luton are very much on the receiving end of a thumping.
Well, this ball was just bobbling around, waiting on somebody to knock it home. Risa flicks it across. Torres' shot is blocked down, and Gerrard just coming. He picked the spot. He guides it into the corner of the old onion bag. Watch this. Brilliant, brilliant technique. Kept it down, made sure that nobody was going to get close to it, puts it far away from the keeper. That is just a beautiful goal. I know there was no pressure on him, but it's still a nice goal.
And Liverpool running away with it now. They had their problems in the first half. I wondered if it was going to be another banana skin sort of evening for them. Dirk Kuyt's about to make his way on. Now, which striker will be withdrawn? There's the answer. It's Peter Crouch. The rain gets a bit heavier now here at Anfield. Well, they appreciate the work that he's put into this match. Peter Crouch, he picked up the injury after that accident with the base of the post. And so Kuyt, the Dutchman, on in his place.
Well, this one's gotten out of control at 4-0. Luton are now 150 to 1 to win it.
As you can see there, Walsall have pulled one back in the all League One clash at the New Den. Millwall 2, Walsall 1 now. I'll tell you, the goal scorer was Alex Nichols. Changes in the West Brom-Charlton game. James Morrison has scored for West Brom, but I can tell you that's changed as well. I can give you an update. I'm hearing that Charlton have pulled one back. It's 2-1 now. Darren Ambrose with the goal there, so everything to play for at the Hawthorns. In answer, Tommy, to your earlier question, I don't have the financial means to buy a football club, but if someone wants to invite me to be a non-executive director on their board, then I'd be happy to consider that.
Well, I just wanted to set the record straight, just in case.
As long as I don't have to fork out any cash, then it's fine with me. Let somebody else do that.
It's a good way to do business, isn't it?
Back it goes to Charles Itonja. There's the confirmation of Charlton's goal away to West Brom. Goal by Darren Ambrose. And Berry still leading against Norwich City. That's an upset on the cards by the look of things. No upset here. It's Pennant. Now count the substitutes. Goodall. Midway through the second half, Carragher. Babel, who Shemi Carragher was almost in. And how fitting would that have been? Carragher making his 500th appearance for Liverpool tonight.
All he needed was a better ball from Babel. Carragher had done everything right. He had started the run, he had continued his run. He was wide open, streaking in on top of the keeper, and Babel couldn't get the ball back to him.
And finally, we have a Luton Town switch. Kevin Blackwell didn't make any substitutions in the first game at Kenilworth Road, but here he is replacing Steve Robinson. And coming on is Stephen O'Leary, the young Irish player. He's been with Luton since he was 13. Again, when I say Irish player, not Irish by upbringing or anything like that, but qualifies for the Republic of Ireland through grandparents. So that's the first change. And Paul Furlong is going to be given a run as well here. 39-year-old Paul Furlong will replace a man a little bit more than half his age in Calvin Andrew. Summer signing last year from Queen's Park Rangers, Paul Furlong, and he's actually Luton's top scorer in all competitions this season.
Well, 39 years of age, hey, this is probably his swan song in the FA Cup, I'd imagine.
Liverpool pushing for more goals. It's Couch. He did have Torres just to his right, and Torres wasn't picked up either.
It hasn't been the sharpest of performance by Torres. They don't need him, but it just hasn't been there for him.
Pennant. And Xabi Alonso back to Jamie Carragher. Approaching the final 20 minutes here at Anfield. And the floodgates have been forced wide open in the second half. You could easily see Liverpool adding 2 or 3 more. And will they take pity on Luton Town? Talbot. Now Hupia, who was discomfited by Drew Talbot in the first match at Kenilworth Road. There's the fouling here, and the referee Peter Walton decides to take the name of Sami Hupia.
Well, you're going to see why Talbot is going to go by him. Sami Hupia, I don't know, that was pretty close to being shoulder to shoulder.
Sami Hupia now 34. Of course, Liverpool have signed Martin Skirtle for the second half of the season. As Itonja finally with something to do.
And I know what the referee was saying, that Sami Hupia didn't play the ball, made no attempt to play the ball, and he fouled him. Yellow card, little harsh.
Torres. A timely intervention by Richard Jackson.
Oh, he caught Torres too.
Torres is learning that these FA Cup ties aren't strolls in the park. Very different from the Spanish equivalent. Now Gerrard, stinging shot. There's the hat-trick. Look at the delight on Steven Gerrard's face. And he's become the first Liverpool player to score a hat-trick in an FA Cup tie since Stan Collymore 12 years ago.
Once again, this thing comes from wide. Risa crossed into the middle. Gerrard, look at, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. Look at that. That is just, well, pinpoint accuracy, but a lack of good defending. Goodall gets out of the way, and the ball, keeper has no idea where it is, because Gerrard had bent it and twisted it.
It's a stinging shot and a swerving shot from Gerrard. Well, it was against Rochdale in the third round 12 years ago that Stan Collymore scored a hat-trick. 7-0 was the ultimate margin of victory. And now Steven Gerrard follows in his footsteps.
He came over and said he wanted to come off after he scored a goal.
Lucas Leiva is at the ready. Well, they know how important to the Liverpool cause Steven Gerrard is. Slight delay here as the substitution is made. Not quite sure why it's taking as long as this. But, I think Torres is going to depart as well. Actually, is it going to be Torres and not Gerrard? Gerrard went over there initially as the board was raised, but it hasn't been the best of nights for Fernando Torres, but he's been arguably Liverpool's best player all season, so you're entitled to an off night once in a while. And it's Fabio Aurelio, the Brazilian, who's on for the Spaniard.
Yeah, he never really took to the going here, and the conditions probably didn't suit him. A couple of half chances, couldn't put it away.
There's Pennant for Liverpool. Now Babel getting around Keane. Paul McVeigh has come on here for Luton. Babel, and Cout tried to steer it home. He's appealing for handball. The referee, Peter Walton's having none of that. Carragher. Now Pennant out to this near side to Arbeloa. Pennant. Too strong for Arbeloa. Swiftly off his line was Dean Brill. Hasn't really had many chances to get involved on the attacking side of the game tonight, Alvaro Arbeloa.
Be content to sit at home, basically.
Babel. Fabio Aurelio. He's come to Talbot. I must say, I think this young player, Drew Talbot, has a very bright future. Whether with Luton Town or perhaps somewhere else. He knows how to skin his opponent, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a nice touch on the ball. He's got a good reading of the game. His finishing let him down the last time. If he had been able to finish, Luton would have been continuing in the FA Cup and Liverpool probably would have been out. But he's a good player. I'm not sure that he's going to be with Luton Town much longer.
They paid around £250,000 to Sheffield Wednesday in January of last year for his services. Well, Steven Gerrard has played his part and then some tonight. First Liverpool player to score a hat-trick in an FA Cup tie for 12 years.
Oh, he's in good company, isn't he? Collymore.
Hunted away by Hupia. Here's Furlong. Goodall was confronted by Lucas Leiva.
I think I read somewhere the last time Furlong scored a goal in the FA Cup was in '98. That's a long drought.
And he knows a thing or two about finding the back of the net this season, because He scored 10 goals in all competitions. Arbeloa. Xavi Alonso. Little touch on by Pennant for Liverpool. It was important from the Luton point of view that Goodall was able to get there. And then a rash challenge put in by the substitute, Stephen O'Leary. Free kick then to Liverpool. Xavi Alonso. Oh, and Riise, complete miss-kick by the Norwegian. More copious notes taken by the master tactician. John Riise hasn't had the best of seasons. Just get the feeling that there's been something missing this term.
Yeah, he just seems to be lacking a little bit of a spark as well as that finishing touch. I mean, we've seen him blast the ball into the net a number of times. We've also noticed this year many great opportunities where he could do it and he hasn't done it. His touch on front of goal has let him down just a bit.
You can usually expect half a dozen or so goals from John Riise in your average season, but he hasn't found the back of the net at all in any competition this term. His last goal, you've got to go back to the 3rd of April when he scored against PSV in the Champions League. And if John Riise didn't score goals, and don't think he'd be a particularly valuable player, because you could never say he's one of the best defenders in the English game. It's not really his strength.
No, his strength is going forward. His strength is pushing the team forward, and as you said, scoring the occasional goal here or there, or setting them up. He's not even setting, he's not even setting the table this year.
Ryan Babel, who put Liverpool ahead shortly before half-time. It's 5-0 here. A hat-trick from Steven Gerrard. Norwich, I can tell you, pulled one back through Dion Dublin. Bury 2, Norwich City 1 now. So that's tightening up, and it's West Brom 2, Charlton 2. Chris Dixon has equalised, so extra time perhaps on the cards at the Hawthorns. Arbeloa with the throw. Misses out Lucas Leiva. It's Furlong. And Talbot tried to nod it into the path of the substitute O'Leary. Still competing here, Luton. But it was always going to be difficult for them after their first goal was conceded. And a goal from Babel.
Yeah, the only chance basically I felt that they had was if they scored, if they got on the scoreboard first. And even that, it was going to be very difficult for them. It's very difficult to come here and beat Liverpool.
And that's not going to count. Count was offside. What does the future hold for Rafa Benitez? Well, if he ever does leave Liverpool, either through his own choice or because of a decision from on high, he's not going to be short of offers. He's a manager with a proven track record of winning things. both here at Anfield and previously with Valencia.
Oh yeah, there'll be lots of jobs for him. Lots and lots of jobs. Show me the manager that doesn't get those kind of offers.
Well, it's been a big night out for the Luton Town supporters. Off to the best possible start with the news about the successful bid by the Nico and Consortium. He almost felt gave the players a shot in the arm the first few minutes of the match. Even though the scoreline makes grim reading from the Luton point of view, the fans aren't downhearted. Liverpool looking for number 6. Couch. Here's Jermaine Pennant. And oh, it's so close. Dirk Kuyt's header. It's narrowly wide.
Well, they're still trying to bang it in there. Haven't given up. Swing it wide. It's amazing that you see the tactic that Liverpool have employed today, playing it as wide as they have, as often as they have. They don't generally do that in the Premiership game. I mean, this is not their preferred way of playing football at all.
And I think much of that, Tommy, has to do with the presence of Jermaine Pennant. Of course, he's been out for some considerable time. He is a true wide man, and let's pay tribute to Jermaine Pennant, because the quality of a ball played over by him in this third round replay has been consistently high.
Oh, no question about that. And I mean, if you go back to last year's Champions League final, I mean, Pennant had a lot of possession on the wing, but there was nobody inside when he was swinging it across.
There's a Xabi Alonso for Liverpool. Carragher. Arbeloa. Quickly into the area. Pennant again. Arbeloa. And it drifts over the line. Goal kick. Jamie Carragher's big night. His 500th appearance for Liverpool. And that's why he's wearing the captain's armband for any latecomers. Very classy guard of honour was formed ahead of the game, with Carragher running out last of all. Rafa Benitez part of that guard of honour.
I think anytime you get to 500, you should get a bonus as well. Forget about the guard of honour.
He's only 29. You could see Jamie Carragher being with Liverpool for a good few more years yet. Dirk Kuyt now. A good challenge it was. And Don Hutchison was the man who put it in.
You just wonder how long more will Hutchinson be around. He hasn't... he set the header on flame tonight. I mean, he's done an unbelievable performance when you look at the years that are on the legs. You just wonder how much more of it can he take.
Liverpool 5, Luton 0. A hat-trick from Steven Gerrard. Goals also from Ryan Babel and Sami Hyypiä. Luton swept away by the red tide. Not for Kevin Blackwell and his players. It's back to the reality of trying to stay in League One after this. Albeit now with a more secure-looking financial future. Way by Carragher. And Furlong was trying to attack the ball. The offside flag is up. Paul McVeigh inside the area. This FA Cup tie really came at the right time for Luton Town. What a financial boon this replay will turn out to be. Should mean that they can bring in an extra £500,000 or so to help the coffers.
Yeah, that kind of money is always very, very welcome. You just wonder where to go from here, but what do you do next?
I think the good thing is the people who are part of the successful bid are all local men with the club at heart. Here's Pennant, shot on the volley, and Joe Brill was in a bit of trouble, but the whistle's gone. The free kick conceded by Cout.
Well, the referee ruled, I think, that Cout wouldn't let Brill make an effort to play the ball.
Headed away by Hupia. And for Liverpool, well, it'll be Aston Villa in the Premier League on Monday. That's their next game. And that'll be a test of their mettle. As Villa are one of the sides pushing for European football, perhaps even Champions League football. It's not impossible.
Yeah, and playing well at the moment, going great guns.
Fabio Aurelio did well. Babel, Fabio Aurelio. There's 2 minutes left. And of course, Liverpool with the chance of playing a non-league side in Havant and Waterlooville in the 4th round. If that were to be the case, it would be only the 3rd time since the war that Liverpool would have been drawn against non-league opposition in the FA Cup. Who's your money on, Tommy? Havant and Waterlooville or Swansea City tomorrow night?
I just have a little feeling that Swansea City might shade it.
All right, I'm going to go for Havant and Waterlooville.
Naturally.
Xabi Alonso.
When you talk about that game against Aston Villa, if Liverpool lose that, they'd be out of Champions League position at that particular time.
Yes, they do have a game in hand, don't they?
Yeah.
Comes out to Lucas Leiva, the Brazilian. John Arne Riise, the Norwegian. And the last gasps of this 3rd round replay. It all breaks down. Pass for Lucas Leiva. And that is a full-time score now. Bury 2, Norwich City 1. Bury, who sacked their manager Chris Casper just a few hours before the game, and they are now through to the 4th round where they'll face Southampton. So another championship team for Bury to try to eliminate. Full marks to Bury.
Well, you keep moving on. I mean, you sack a manager, you still win.
Babel. Oh, and Cout through here, but Brill did well. I mean, narrowing the angle, not giving Cout anything to shoot at. That's again, that's Cout against Brill. Xabi Alonso. And you'll never walk alone is the cry. We've entered stoppage time here at Anfield. It really doesn't matter, does it, who owns the club, whether it's Americans, whether it's Arabs. This is a football club with a soul. This is a football club that will always belong to the supporters and the people from this part of England who care so passionately about it. Liverpool trying to avoid any missteps in these last few seconds. Arbeloa. Now it's Lucas Leiva. Just drifting into the offside position. Remember, there's more FA Cup action tomorrow night on ESPN. You'll see Manchester City against West Ham United from Eastlands. Adrian Healy and Shaka Hislop will be your commentators. The pair of us will be back to discuss all the FA Cup third-round replays on the next edition of ESPN SoccerNet Press Pass.
Hopefully the weather will permit that to go ahead. I mean,
well, Steven Gerrard with a hat-trick for Liverpool. First Liverpool hat-trick in an FA Cup tie for 12 years. And Luton well beaten in the end. But at least they can look forward to a more secure future with the news from earlier today. Jamie Carragher made his 500th appearance for Liverpool. They've defeated Luton 5-0 and will now face Hamilton Waterlooville or Swansea City in the next round.
ESPN rings in the new year with a full month of great action this January. The march to the championship of American football rolls on with the NFL playoffs. You've got a ringside seat for ESPN's classic boxing. We travel across the hard courts of Europe for EuroLeague basketball. The League of the Stars continues with more action from Spanish football. The superstars of the NBA go slamming and jamming when the regular season continues. Scrums collide when clubs battle in Heineken Cup Rugby. One of the most celebrated football tournaments in the world continues from England with the FA Cup. Great sports all month long this January on ESPN.
As SportsCenter anchors, we work noon to 3 o'clock in the morning, 365 days a year. It can wear you out. That's why we brought in a conditioning coach.
And read those scores, those sports scores. Get that almanac going and turn and turn. Type those stories, check those sources, Camera 1, camera 3, camera 1, camera 3.
Anything that helps us do our jobs better, we're all for it.
Give me energy, da-da-da, da-da-da, yes, yes.
Anytime, any place. Log on to xgames.com for complete and exclusive coverage of Winter X Games 12. Check out hours and hours of live streaming. Get stomped and slammed with video of the top tricks and the gnarliest crashes each day. Live chats, live scoring, exclusive interviews. And xgames.com takes you deep inside the games with Gorilla Cam. Log on to xgames.com and you're connected to Winter X Games 12.
Friday night fights on ESPN. It's a super middleweight clash as power puncher Sweetness takes on Mr. Hollywood. Who will drop first? Alan Green versus Ruben Williams. Friday on ESPN.
Hello there, I hope you'll join us for the next edition of ESPN SoccerNet Press Pass. On the programme, we'll run the rule over all the FA Cup third-round replays and a fascinating conversation with Dutch legend Ruud Gullit. I'll have Tommy Smith, Shaka Hislop and Adrian Healy with me. A comfortable passage into the fourth round of the FA Cup for Liverpool tonight. They've defeated Luton by 5-0 in this third-round replay.
Still alive.
Jamie Carragher, the captain for the night. His 500th appearance for the club. And Tommy's going to take us through all the Liverpool goals. Tommy.
well, Liverpool came good in the second half. Babel switched out. My correction on that, it was just before the half-time whistle that he scored the first goal. That was the first goal. It certainly came good in the second half, but with the amount of goals they scored. Babel picks his spot. It was good play. The ball was played up the field. Babel had switched out onto that right-hand side. And then into the second half we went. 52 minutes into this one. Pennant, who had provided a tremendous amount of opportunities inside, knocked down Steve Gerrard. Peter Crouch had played it to him. It was bouncing around. Gerrard puts it away. Nice little soft header. Reacts to it first, and he buries it. 57 minutes in. Hupia. He had 2 chances before that. Neither of them went in. This one does. Doesn't score too often, but this time he gets there first. Look at, good reaction. May have taken a little bit of a flick on the way in, but it'd be hard to take that away from Hupia. 64 minutes in. Liverpool are just running a riot at this stage. Risa. Ball turned. Who's coming? Gerrard is coming. And he guides it into the bottom corner. He just picks his spot. Beautiful skill. Shot from Torres is blocked down, but look at Gerrard. Just inside of the post. 72 minutes in. Gerrard, give him some room. Look what he does with it. Number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Luton Town players. And they have absolutely no answer.
You don't often see 32 attempts at goal in one match, do you? But that's what Liverpool amassed. Just a couple by Luton Town. And the one booking went to Sami Hupia of Liverpool. So they make it through to face Hampton, Waterlooville or Swansea City in the 4th round. They'll cross swords tomorrow. Hampton, Waterlooville of Conference South. Swansea City of League One. Now that West Brom-Charlton game has gone into extra time. West Brom are leading 2-0, but a spirited fight back by Charlton. Elsewhere, though, Bury of League Two have ousted Norwich City of the Championship. So Bury through to face Southampton away from home in the 4th round. It's finished Millwall 2, Walsall 1 in that battle of League One teams. Millwall will face Coventry away, and Spurs have managed to hold on and beat Reading in the All-Premier League clash. Talking of All-Premier League battles, you'll see Manchester City against West Ham live on ESPN tomorrow. Adrian Healy and Shaka Hislop will be your commentary pairing. And that's an early start for you once again. More FA Cup 3rd round replay coverage on ESPN. Well, Liverpool are safely through to the 4th round of the oldest cup competition of them all. We'll remind you that Sports Centre is coming up very shortly here on ESPN, so stay tuned for that. For all the sporting news from around the world, go to ESPNsoccernet.com to find out more. Well, Tommy, your final reflections here at Anfield tonight.
Yeah, it was easy for Liverpool in the end. When they got it right, they really got it right. And the wide game worked to perfection with them. They created little pockets of space inside, and then they were fit to take care of it, and they did the business.
But Luton Town will make around £500,000 from this replay, and that's so valuable to a club whose future has been in doubt over the past few weeks. But now there appears to be hope in sight. Well, my thanks to Tommy for his contributions throughout the evening. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For all your football news, as always, log on to the website ESPNsoccernet.com. It's finished. Liverpool 5, Luton Town 0. From me, Derek Ray. Good night from Anfield.